This is not a normal CCTV camera. This is an AI CCTV system that decides on its own when something suspicious happens, starts recording automatically, and ignores random movements and false triggers. In today's episode, I'm building two completely different CCTV systems on the RDK X5 by d-robotics. One is a manual CCTV system where I control the recording myself, and the second one is a fully automatic AI-based CCTV system. In this video, you are not going to see just a camera connected to a board. You are going to see how real CCTV logic is designed. I am using the RDK X5 running an optimized YOLOv5 AI model, and I will show you the difference between manual control and automatic decision making. Both systems are practical and they solve different problems. Let's start with the manual CCTV system. This system uses a USB camera connected to the RDK X5, and the idea is very simple and very realistic. The camera is always live, AI is always running in the background, but the recording is fully controlled by the user. I can start recording manually, stop it whenever I want, and save the footage just like a traditional CCTV DVR system. Even though this is called a manual CCTV system, it is not a basic system. AI is still working here. The YOLOv5 model is detecting people in real time, drawing bounding boxes, and adding a proper date and timestamp on the video. In the code, the YOLOv5 model is first loaded using the RDK X5 DNN library. This model is optimized to run on the BPU, which is why the input format must be NV12 instead of normal BGR. The USB camera provides BGR frames, so the image is converted into NV12 format before inference. This step is very important because it allows hardware-accelerated AI processing instead of slow CPU-based inference. Once inference is complete, the post-processing extracts only the required object, which in this case is a person. Bounding boxes are drawn, and a CCTV-style timestamp is added to the video frame. When I press the R key, the system starts recording, and when I press it again, the recording stops, and the video is saved with a time-stamped file name. This is exactly how a real CCTV recorder behaves. Now, let me show you the manual CCTV system in action. As you can see, the live feed is running continuously and AI is detecting people in real time. The bounding boxes appear immediately and the timestamp is always visible on the screen. When I press the R key, recording starts instantly. You can see the recording indicator on the screen and the video is being saved frame by frame. When I press R again, the recording stops and the file is saved. This gives full control to the user and is perfect for environments where manual supervision is required. Manual CCTV systems are good, but modern surveillance systems are moving toward automation. In the automatic CCTV system, I am using a MIPI camera instead of a USB camera. First, the AI model is loaded exactly the same way as in the previous demo using the RDK X5 DNN library. The YOLOv5 model runs on the BPU, so the input frames must be in NV12 format before inference can happen. Since the MIPI camera already outputs NV12 data, there is no need for additional color conversion. Once inference is completed, the code moves into the post-processing stage. Here, all detected objects are extracted from the model output. Now let me show you how all of this works in real time. First, I define a region of interest on the screen. Using the mouse, I can draw any shape I want, a rectangle, a triangle, or even a custom polygon. This tells the AI exactly where it should monitor activity. In real-world surveillance, this is critical. You usually care about specific areas like doors, windows, or restricted zones, not the entire camera view. Next comes smart object-based detection. The system doesn't record everything it sees. It only looks for specific objects. In this demo, I'm detecting a person, but the same logic can be applied to other objects or even multiple object types at the same time. To make detection more accurate, the system doesn't check the full bounding box. Instead, it checks a very precise point, the bottom center of the box, which represents where the feet touch the ground. This means a person is only detected when they actually step inside the region. Just passing near the boundary doesn't trigger anything, which greatly reduces false alarms. Now, real environments aren't perfect. Detections can flicker because of lighting changes or occlusion. That's why the system includes glitch protection. If a person disappears for a split second, the system doesn't immediately reset. It waits and confirms the detection is stable, making it reliable for real-world use. Even after detection, recording doesn't start immediately. The system uses time-based logic. The person must stay inside the region for a predefined duration. This filters out people who are just walking past and focuses only on meaningful activity. When a person enters the defined region, the system starts counting time in the background. If the person stays inside the area for the required duration, the event is confirmed and video recording starts on its own. There are no buttons, no manual control. Everything is handled by AI and logic. For those who want to go deeper, I have shared the complete project folders on my Patreon. Everything is ready to run so you can focus on learning instead of setup. At the same time, the system provides clear hardware feedback using an LED connected to a GPIO pin. When the object enters the region, the LED starts blinking, indicating that detection is active and the timer is running. Once the time threshold is reached, the LED stops blinking and turns solid, showing that recording has started. This kind of hardware feedback is extremely useful in embedded systems, especially when a display is not available. With just an LED, you can instantly understand the system state, exactly how professional systems behave. So, that's all for now. Support me on Patreon for more videos. I hope you liked today's episode. Like and share this video with your friends. See you in next episode and thanks for watching.